And there's plenty more coming your way today. We are now at 37, Series 37 in Forza Horizon 4. So what wonderful pun-filled challenges do you have for us this time?
Yes, the most important thing in the Van of Steel season event, you've got a shot at getting the robot emote.
That's huge.
It's huge. I know people have really been waiting for that one. In Summer Nights, you can get the Hummer Open Top. And, what's this? In Vool in the City, you can get your hands on the Vool 05RR, a brand new car to Forza Horizon 4. So it's a really pretty crazy high-performance car. It is road legal, but it is kind of, all of its DNA is a track car, to be honest, especially this version, the RR, which is, about as tasty as you can get in a road-going car, to be honest. We'll make about 25 of these a year. Every single one of them unique because there's a whole suite of options you can choose for varying prices, including the wheels, which this one has, which are the lightest wheels of any production car. That is a record that Vool are very proud to tell you about. High Stakes is a very special flavor of Super 7, where it takes much more challenging activities than the regular Super 7, and it has a few extra little kickers thrown in as well. So you'll now get a different reward for each challenge that you complete, and when you complete a challenge, you'll be given the option to either bank and take all the rewards you've got in your pool up to that point, or twist and carry on playing to try and earn more.
So with Forza Horizon 5's release being our priority over the next few months, we've made some changes to the way Forza Horizon 4's monthly series updates. So starting with series update 38, so that's the next one on 37, players who know the game well will start to see the return of content from series 7 to 32. Think of it a bit like a mixtape, featuring the return of some of your favorite content, combined with recently added new features. So, maybe it'll spur on some old memories you have of some great seasonal events and some great puns, more importantly.
Let's hope so.
Although we aren't planning to add all new cars and features over these next months, you should have a lot of fun revisiting these moments and seeing how you handle them the second time around.
Rob Gibb has been a Forza content creator for years, and his latest endeavour, Forza Comp GG, is gaining traction as a centralised hub for competitive drivers looking to find organised racing.
Forza Comp GG makes small trailer videos for Forza esports events throughout the community. We also have a Discord where our hub essentially is, where you can get a quick glimpse of everything that's going on throughout the week and check it out and maybe sign up and get racing.
So let's talk about Late Shift, because last month we announced the new competition called Late Shift, which is making a splash in the Forza competitive scene.
It's open to residents of North America, and races are going to go on every single week until September, so there's a lot to be excited about. There's weekly prizes for people who do well in the weekly races, but there's also a massive prize pool for the sort of end of the competition. So lots and lots of stuff to win if you get out there racing. Another good reason I think that people are getting excited about it is because it has a really nice open format. Every single week there's a new qualifier, so you just go out onto the featured rivals on Forza Motorsport and set your time, and you can find yourself qualifying into the races.
Hey Forza fans, welcome to the July edition of Forza Monthly. It is July already, we're in the middle of summer, and the months are absolutely flying by as we approach the release of Forza Horizon 5 on November the 9th. We've got a great show for you here today, so let's take a look at the schedule. Playground Games are going to walk us through the Forza Horizon 4 Series 38 update. Then we'll be turning our eye to the artists who make the world of Forza so wonderful to look at. Art director Don Arceda is here to talk about the vibrant murals Playground Games curated from Mexican artists to adorn the landscapes of Forza Horizon 5. And then one of those creators, street artist Farid Rueda, will join us as we get a chance to meet him and hear about his artwork in the new game. And then we go retro. Legendary Forza livery artist SnakeEyes Friex joins us for our community spotlight. And an artist in his own right, Alie Tacq is back to paint us a picture of all the events happening in the community. But if that is not enough for you, then you are in luck. Stick around after the show today for another episode of our Forza Horizon 5 Let's Go livestream series, where Charlie and Playground Games will show off tons of new gameplay as they explore the biomes of Mexico. Well, we've got a whole ahead of us here today, so let's get started by welcoming Tom Butcher back to the show. Hello, Tom. How you doing?
Hey there. Yeah, great to be here.
Good to see you. So we've got a few things to talk about, but before we get to Series 38, you mentioned last time that the series updates were going to be a little bit different starting this month. So how so?
Yeah, that's right. So starting with this update, you're going to see a bit of a change to the festival playlist. As the team shifts focus to Forza Horizon 5, players who are familiar with that playlist will start to see returning content from Series 7 onwards. Think of it like a mixtape featuring the return of some of your favorite seasonal content. Although we're not adding new cars or features over the coming months, you should have fun revisiting these and seeing how you handle them a second time round. As with all of our series updates, you can expect photo challenges, backstage passes, and the Forza Fun Shop, of course, as usual. After Forza Horizon 5, exactly. When Forza Horizon 5 launches, we do plan to make sure Horizon 4 is still a fun experience. We're not quite ready to share those exact plans just yet.
All right, well, let's start with the bugs and fixes then. Are there any we can expect to see in this update?
Yeah, so we've made some improvements to stuttering on the Steam version of Forza Horizon 5. A few players were reporting that. We've also fixed an issue where if you recorded arrivals time with the tractor or the bone shaker, you actually weren't able to set another time with any other car. So we've also fixed that issue.
Great. All right. Well, great to see those issues being addressed. So let's jump straight into the Series 38 playlist, shall we? What can we expect to see?
Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so series rewards, 50%, get yourself a Horizon Backstage Pass. 80%, you can get the Bone Shaker we just mentioned there. Summer, 50%, you can get yourself a Horizon Backstage Pass as well. And at 80%, you can get yourself the super retro, super cool Morris Traveller. Then for the trial, Infinity and Beyond, you can get yourself the very elusive Trial T. We've also got a returning Showcase Remix, 9 3/4. So you can have yourself absolutely magical time with that. Then rounding out summer, we've got Cavallino Rampante. I hope I pronounced that right. You can get yourself the modern race suit in red, which is lovely. The other seasonal events for summer, you've got yourself the Charger Daytona. It's a hard to find car from completing locked horns. Then in autumn, 50% get yourself another Horizon Backstage Pass. 80% will get yourself a Shelby Daytona. Then the trial for autumn, Team Lotus. You get yourself the 2005 Lotus Elise. And then finally for autumn, completing yourself Grudge Match. Will get yourself the 69 Ford Mustang. Overnight Parts, seasonal event, will get yourself the Fair Lady Z. Then in winter, 50% will get yourself the Mini Countryman. 80% you'll get yourself a Land Rover Series 3 Forza Edition. Then for the trial, Unrelenting Force, you can get yourself a Mini X-Raid. That's a legendary car. We've also got the Ride to Anywhere Showcase Remix. And then in winter, Deutschland's Finest, get yourself a Porsche 9146, or this is super exciting. You complete yourself the Rally Rival seasonal event. You can get yourself the legendary emote, Best Mates. Then in spring, 50% can get yourself the Buick GSX. 80% can get yourself an M5 Forza Edition. The trial Hyperspeed can get yourself the Apollo Intense Emozione. That's a Tommy guarantee that one. Then rounding out spring, you can get yourself the Ferrari F12 TDF by completing the Grand Tourers seasonal event. The Seeing Red seasonal event, you can get yourself the Ferrari 599 GTO. And finally, pick up the Lexus RCF from the Super Saloon Slalom seasonal event. And that's the playlist.
Great opportunity to pick up anything that's missing from your collection at the moment, it looks like.
Yeah, that's it.
And that releases tomorrow, July 27th. So do feel free to check it out. And that's all we have here with Tom today. So it's great to see you as always. And I thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Leah. Thanks for having me.
Forza Horizon 5 is the biggest and most beautiful Forza game ever created. And over the next month, we'll be exploring the vibrant, ever-evolving open-world landscapes of Mexico with you in all their amazing detail. Vibrant barely begins to describe the work of Mexican street artist Farid Rueda. And up next, we'll hear from Playground Games just how his murals came to be in Forza Horizon 5 before speaking with the artist himself. But here's a little look at one of Farid's murals as seen in the Forza Horizon 5 stage demo at the Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase last month.
Don is already on the move, exploring this idyllic seaside town. This is a recreation of Mexico that is honest, authentic, and filled with love. Speaking of, hold up, Don.
Oh, hey, what's up?
This is a mural by Mexican artist Farid Rueda. Just one of the many beautiful, faithful pieces of Mexico you'll find all over Forza Horizon 5.
Don Arceta, welcome to the show. Hello. How you doing?
Hi, Leah.
Hello. So that mural we just saw by Farid Rueda is stunning. It's so vibrant. And I don't think we've ever seen anything quite like it in any of the other Horizon games, really. So how did the idea for murals come about?
Yeah, so when we started Forza Horizon 5, we really wanted to showcase and celebrate the culture of Mexico. And a big part of that was murals. So when we were doing our location research, we saw a lot of handcrafted painted signs, advertisements, posters, and one of the biggest painted elements was murals. And once we saw them, we just said, we have to get these in the game. They just embody everything that Forza Horizon represents, and they add just that level of vibrancy back into the world.
Absolutely. So you are the art director, or an art director on Forza Horizon 5. So what was your specific involvement with the murals?
Right. So I helped choose which artists we wanted to showcase and which pieces of art we wanted to showcase in the world. Also working with our team at Playground. So working with our associate art director, Connor Cross, choosing where exactly we want to put these murals and how we present them in the game.
Great. So who were the artists you worked with and how did you decide which art to use? I imagine there was like a lot to choose from.
Yeah, so we kind of looked at all the mural artists in Mexico, but we ended up with 6. So first one, as you saw, was Farid Rueda. We also have Raul Urias that we worked with. There is Senko, Star 27, 6, and Spake.
So many to choose from. It's hard to remember them all. So how did you decide which of their artworks to use? Was there a process to that?
Yeah, so definitely the first thing we wanted was to make sure that each piece of art felt different and looked different from each other. And a big factor from that was exactly where the artists were geographically based in Mexico. And that alone lent itself to the different styles and subject matter that each of the mural art has. So that was a big thing for us to make sure that none of them felt the same.
Mm-hmm. So then you've chosen which art you want. How did you decide where to put them in the game?
Yeah, so a big factor for that was we wanted to be as authentic with these murals as possible. So we looked at where the artists were based from or based out of. And so we looked at those actual places where they're based out of and then put them in a location in the world that is authentic to that and is based on that. So we didn't want to see artists work represented in regions where they don't have a presence. So it was really important for us to represent that. Also, just kind of once we found out geographically where we wanted to place them, just to make sure that they made sense. They're applied near the road where we could see them closely and they're not too tucked away. So very much like a mural artist would apply their real mural art. We kind of took that into account as well.
And then like a big part of that street art is the physical location where the art lives and like the environmental factors you got to think about, like what the wall is made of and what textures you've got to work with there. Did you have to think about those factors when you were recreating these in the game as well?
Yeah, definitely. So just like a mural artist, they design their mural. Some are just like 2D sketches. Some are complete finished pieces of art. But there's still a translation when that happens from that illustration onto the wall. And that was when we got the designs back from the mural artists. That's our goal on the Playground side was to kind of incorporate that translation as well. So it was things that we needed to pay attention to was kind of the brush strokes that happened, how this mural is applied onto the wall, as well as the texture of the wall coming through the surface that it lies on. It was really important to get that real authentic look. Along with that, the weathering, like you mentioned, just how the mural is weathered over time, and how they're weathered differently based on the region they are. So this played a big part in really making our murals feel a lot more real.
Absolutely. So how many of these do we get to see in game?
Yeah, so there are 7 murals scattered across several biomes in the world.
Have to go on a tour in Forza Horizon 5 and see if you can spot all of them. Well, yeah, thank you so much. Keep your eyes on social for more on those artists and their work. But before we go, can you give us a tiny little tease of what the team will be showing on the Let's Go stream later on?
Sure, I'll give a little bit of a clue. So bring your bug spray, bring your winter coat, and bring some suntan lotion because it's going to get hot, cool, and a little breezy.
Just a little bit of everything. Very vague. Lovely. Well, you'll definitely want to stick around to see that and figure out what that means. And it was great to have you on the show today, Don. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, Leah. Bye.
Well, we don't have Farid right here, but we will be talking to him shortly. So for now, we're going to move on to the community spotlight segment of Forza Monthly, where we'll be talking to one SnakeEyes Friex, a member of the infamous PTG team with a reputation for tackling some of the toughest paints around. Here's a look at some of his work. Hello, Snake. Welcome to the show. Hello.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
So, first question. Your art is extremely intricate, and I want to know how you got into livery design in Forza.
Well, first of all, when I first got a Forza game, it was Forza Motorsport 2, and I thought it was just a racing game. So, but after getting into the Forza forums, and I saw what other people were doing, I really wanted to test myself and try to get better at liveries and see if I can match myself with the people I saw.
Yeah. So did you start from the background of being an artist already?
Well, my parents had an artist supply shop, so I've always been drawing and painting. So that is kind of my background. Yeah.
Okay. And then you just decided to translate it all into Forza. It's very deceptive, isn't it? The tools you've got inside Forza to recreate these pieces of art.
Oh, yeah. But I like those kind of challenges. So I love the puzzles, and I love the just trying to get all the details in.
Yeah, it's definitely a very non-traditional approach you have to take to it, especially to recreate some of these, which are there's so much going on here that you probably wouldn't even notice unless you had to work inside the livery designer to create it. And that's it's really impressive.
Thank you.
So where do you draw on for inspiration? Is there anywhere in particular you go to find things to recreate?
Not very specifically. I do try to recreate images that I love and that I think would look good on a car. I try to pick artists that inspire me, or just people that inspire me. So yeah, that's mostly it. And if I do pick a source image to recreate, I always try to get all the logos in, or create logos that can go to within the car livery.
Okay. So did you ever take requests as a painter? Is that still something you maybe do in your artwork nowadays?
I started out doing a lot of requests back in the Forza Motorsport 2 days. I did a whole lot, specifically images that people always thought were like undoable within the livery editor. I always thought that was a cool challenge for me to try and get everything in there, or at least just as much detail needed to get the image across.
Yeah, and then not only that, but you did a lot of work with Ken Block liveries as well. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, well, he's also one of the guys that inspires me because of how he is himself, and all the videos that he's done, specifically the Gymkhana videos, which most of the cam block designs that I have recreated come from those videos. And what I like about those designs is the intricate designs, the challenge. Just looking at them, you'll see that it's not something that you can drop onto the car in 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah, they look deceptively intricate as well. Tell the truth of it. And you must have done a great job because Ken Block actually, you caught his attention with your liveries. What is it? What did he say to you?
Well, he didn't say something specifically to me, but he mentioned me in one of his tweets. I thought it was rad that people within the community recreated his liveries so quickly and so precisely. So that was a fun day.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Yeah.
So from your perspective, what makes these designs so challenging to recreate?
Well, for me, it's just I want to get all or at least most of the details right. So getting every angle on a picture and for me to recreate them and then trying to recreate it so I can basically just what's the word? So I can tinker with it. So if there needs to be some adjustments, because I've noticed that he usually shares a lot of images of the cars that he'll be driving from what do you call that? Like a prevision or like a layout digitally made for the car. So that's always a challenge on his designs to get them out as quickly as I can with as much detail as I can.
Yeah, accuracy. It's always
accuracy.
Perfectionism. Yeah. So now you don't really do requests these days. You kind of just design for yourself. So do you have any kind of all-time favorite designs you've done for yourself?
Well, the one that I really like still is my Rocket Raccoon design. That's the one. Yeah. It's one that I actually won a copy of the Horizon game with from the IGN website. Wow. I was one of 10 people that got to win a copy of the game, and that was because of that design. I actually also recreated it onto a model car.
Look at that!
So
that's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh man, I mean, so you won a contest with one of your livery designs. You won a copy of the game, but also you've been running a contest of your own, the retro cartoon contest. So how did that start, and what is that?
The retro cartoon contest came to be because I was talking to a friend of mine back in the Forza Motorsport 2 days about our love for retro cartoons and me wanting to do a contest for the community. And that became the retro cartoon contest. We've done 8 different contests so far. The last 5 or 6 have been annual. And I just love all the entries and all the people that enter and all the love for that specific genre of designs.
Yeah. Can you shout out some of the winners? Who's been lucky enough to win one of these so far?
Farjo Designs has won 2.
Wow.
Emin Koshiro has won 1. Midnight Dub. I think Cat Attack won the first one. Those are some from the top of my head that I can mention.
Wow. So I mean, if you're an aspiring painter, I mean, look at this. It's so cool. There's such a good variety of designs as well. I love it. If you're an aspiring painter, you should absolutely follow SnakeEyes and keep your eye out for, I assume there's going to be another competition at some point soon?
Yeah, it'll start again coming December. Yeah.
Okay. There we go. Keep your eye out on that then. Sounds like a really good opportunity. And where can people find you and your work?
Yeah, well, my personal website, just freaks.nl, like from my gamer tag. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Post a little bit on Reddit, so I'm everywhere.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much. It's been wonderful talking to you, and thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
And thanks again to all of you for bringing innovative content creators like SnakeEyes Friex to our attention. You can nominate your favorite Forza content creators for a chance to appear in a future community spotlight on Forza Monthly. Just let us know who they are and what you like about their work at aka.ms/Forza Spotlight. But first, we're going to be talking to Farid Rueda. We saw a little bit of his work earlier, and now it's time for you to actually meet the man himself. So please welcome Farid Rueda to the show.
Hey, hello. Hola, ¿qué tal amigos? Mi nombre es Farid Rueda, soy artista urbano. Trabajé con animales de un carácter más universal, un oso, un león. Creo que son elementos que hice que la gente cuando esté jugando el juego se vean conectados con esto y que les des impulso. Mi estilo es el resultado de conocer a mi país y a mí mismo, de entrar en contacto con mis raíces y mi cultura. Aceptarlo y tomarlo con orgullo ha definido quién soy y lo que hago. El estar en contacto con ruinas, pirámides, todos estos elementos de los que nos sentimos orgullosos como mexicanos, pero que pocas veces conectamos, fue lo que más me motivó y me inspiró para empezar a desarrollar elementos dentro de mi gráfica.
Farid, welcome to Forza Monthly. It is great to meet you. Hello.
Hey, nice to meet you too. How are you?
So you have painted murals all around the world, but now you've got one inside a video game. You've got one inside Forza Horizon 5. So what's that like?
Well, what's an amazing experience to share my work in this platform. It was unusual. It's something like maybe when you're a kid, like you think, you're wondering how it's gonna look, what you're doing, or how will be part of this, like a video games fan lover. But then I grew up and then I forget these ideas and now this appear again. It's like a back to the childhood. It's like my mind traveled to the time. And I feel like a kid again, even when I knew about the game. And a lot of people, they start to send me a message about, hey, we saw in a showcase your artwork. And they start to send me a screenshot. I start to feel excited. And then I saw the video. And also, even I already saw the image, the screenshot. Was surprising. It was amazing. It was exciting to see it. Like, oh my God, this is my work, and hear my voice and everything. Yeah, I feel like a kid, to be honest. I want to play the game.
The reach it has as well. So many more people can see your art, which is amazing. And it's set in Mexico, Forza Horizon 5. So how does it feel to represent your home country with your art?
Well, first of all, I feel very happy that Forza Horizon is taking Mexico like an inspiration for the environment, for the climate, for the different landscapes that they can use. For me, it's like a honor be part of this project for this reason, because they try to show good things about Mexico. We're living always like a hard times, difficult time, and sometimes Mexico maybe is not so well represented. And this time is taking the best of Mexico, the landscapes, and also the art. And in this part is where I mean, like with my art. So I'm just trying to I would like the Mexican people, my own people, they feel well represented. For me, it's a honor, of course. For me, it's like a compliment of my work, of all the time that I've been working, that I've been doing things. But this time is for me, it's like a challenge to know how it's going to be the reaction of my own people. Like, hey, we don't like how the people think this Mexico. Or we feel very well represented for your work. So for now, I just have the acceptation for the game, for the platform, to choose my work like something that represents Mexico. So let's see how it's gonna be.
Yeah, and we've been seeing this work here on the screen as you're talking, and it's so intricate and colorful. I mean, it's probably the two first words that come to mind is vibrant. Are there any particular ideas you're trying to convey with your work?
Well, when I started to paint, I didn't have a specific idea about what to do. I just want to learn the colors, to how to use the texture, the walls. All the walls there, they give you different sensations, different feelings. So I was trying just to have a good feedback with that. And also when I'm painting murals, I'm moving from city to another country, different language, different ways to think, different food, different everything. So this is like gives you some context, some feedback that I started using the walls, and then the ideas start to appear. Most of them I didn't have a really intention of what to do. I was just trying to really communicate something happy or something, bring bright or colors to the area. I realized that the street art gives a new face to the towns, to the cities where they are painted. For example, I grew up in a small and maybe we can say like a kind of poorer neighborhood, and all the wall there was damaged, and all the house they didn't take care of them. So when I start to paint, you can feel how the area changed. They becomes in a meeting point. You know, it's like, hey, where are you? I'm here, and where is the beer wall or the painting? And so just to change the area. So this is something magical that I realized from my work, like paint with color, with the animals, with these elements that is talking about something better about the life. The people start to transmit this, and they start to accept it, and they start to become some part of their lives. So this was my intention in the end. Like I try to bring the most color that I can and the most positive and good energy to the people with my work.
Yeah, so just like the act of having the artwork there is like a whole idea in itself, like revitalizing the area and the community, which is powerful. It's very powerful to be able to do that for a location. So let's take a closer look at the two murals we've got in the game. The first one is the bear that we saw in the Xbox game showcase. So what can you tell us about this image?
Yeah, for sure. Okay, well, this image is originally done in Colombia in a festival. So the wall that I have to work was like a really weird wall. Was the biggest. They chose this because it was the biggest they have for the festival, but unfortunately it was maybe the worst because it was not flat. Was with even they had to restore some part in the moment.
Right.
So I use everything. I use all of this. Okay. If I have a window in the forehead, I will put some geometric parts, so the window is going to disappear to the eyes, to the viewer. I'm going to use a different texture in the close to the background, so it's going to mix with the new texture in the bricks. So I was using all the elements, and when I finish, I can see how it changed the area. And I was really, as you can see in the picture now, is how loose in the process. Even you can see how it was like a really dirty wall with graffiti and a lot of things. And when you see the final result, it's like looks like if you printed, like you paste something there. So I'm happy that Forza chose this specific image because it was one of my favorites. For the process, for the ideas, even I increased some skills. I developed some skills, and the most amazing thing was when they took this image, because I didn't know how they are going to use. They never asked me or they showed me, hey, we are going to use this, or what is your recommendation? I just, to be honest, trust, because I didn't know how they are going to do the final image, the final result. So I'm really surprised because they really adapt in a wall, but not a wall like only flat, like it was a canvas. The wall has also windows, like the arena has present same problems of composition that the arena, and this make it feel real, because it's like this. The walls in the street, they are not ready for you, you know? It's not like a canvas that you order. It's you need to interpret it every time that you are gonna paint in a wall, how it's gonna be. Because always it's like, okay, you have a cable in the middle, you have a dog sparking down, you have a car, you have a tree, you have everything that is gonna maybe, you can choose, or you can even try to move the composition in a way the image in the end looks better. also the building. I'm trying to use the architecture too. So it's amazing how in the game the bear is they put in the wall using the same concept that I'm using when I'm painting. It's amazing.
Yeah. So the location and the texture are pretty important when it comes to street art as well. You've got to include all of it in the piece, and they become a part of the piece through that, which is really cool. It's a very all-encompassing design. It's not about the art, it's about the entire area, which sounds kind of like, you know, painting a car for those livery artists among us. You got to take the whole shape of the car into consideration along with the artwork you're putting on it. So your second mural we have in the game is the lion, which we'll have a look at now. Look at that. So where was this mural from in the real world?
This wall is located in France, very close to Marseille. Was in a very small area, in fact, in a restaurant. The original has a measurements of 2 per 3 meters. Look, you can see even the comparison of size with the leather. And was part of a commission that I have there. And being honest, I was happy with my work, of course. I think I did a very good work, but I didn't pay so much attention on this specific piece. But it's crazy. It looks amazing when I saw in the computer. But when I did it, I didn't pay so much attention on how special it's gonna become this piece. And this happens often, I think, with the artists. Like maybe you are doing something that you are just making a good job, and you don't know how this is gonna connect with the people. You know, I'm surprised when Forza told me we want this piece, and I was like, okay, I have more, but. Maybe more, I have favorites one, but I trust on them. And what's crazy because this piece, after I finished, was copied for a lot of artists, was printed in t-shirts even. They start to connect with a lot of person, this image, I don't know why. But until I saw the picture in the game, I feel it was crazy to see myself like a viewer of my work. I could understand now how the people connect with my work. I was connecting with my work in the same way, like a viewer. It was amazing, and this was a very interesting thing that happens with this collaboration with Forza. I could see my work like if I was not the author of the pieces.
And that's powerful. You've been able to get a whole different perspective on your own work through seeing it through the eyes of someone else in the game. That's so cool. And you mentioned it a little bit earlier at the start of the interview, but how have your fans reacted to seeing your work in Forza?
I'm sorry?
How have your fans reacted to seeing your work in Forza?
Well, I started to receive messages from people, you know, people who follow my work. They start to send me messages like congratulations because your participation and everything. And that moment was a Sunday. I was not thinking about anything. And then was like, what participation? What are you talking about? And they started to send me a screenshot. They were like, oh my God, it's ready. And I saw it was like, man, looks amazing. So I went to the video, to the showcase, and really it was like, the experience was like it was the first time that I saw my work, or like the first time. It was like even I didn't know about the project. You know, it was so crazy to see it, and the experience was like a little bit how it's like you make a work, and if your mind was not there, and then you open your eyes and you can see the result. So that's a little bit this experience that I have. Like it was the first time that I saw my bear, the first time that I saw my lion, the first time that I saw even the first time that somebody talked to me about the project. Because past a few months after to see the final result. So I'm just dreaming with the moment the game is out to play it and start to be with the car in front of my picture, just watching it.
Yeah, I can't wait to see all the community photos as well of all the vehicles in front of the murals. It's going to look so cool. Well, thank you so much, Farid. It's been wonderful talking to you today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for the conversation. Ciao.
Farid Rueda is one of several mural artists who contributed art to Forza Horizon 5, and we'll be spotlighting these artists in the coming months on our social channels. So do follow us on Instagram if you'd like to follow along. And next up, we've got Alie Tacq with community events. But first, some of our favorite images in the Forza Share this month. Alie, how you doing?
Hey, Leah. Yeah, I'm really good, thank you. Having a good day.
Good. So we're going to be talking about PTG, who are getting a lot of love today. Not only did we just chat with a member of the group earlier, but I hear you've chosen their Touring Car Championship as your featured competition this month. So please do tell us about it.
Well, yeah, PTG, who could deserve love more than PTG? I ask you, Leah. It's been really fun.
Of anyone.
There is nobody. That's the correct answer. You nailed it. I was racing with PTG and in their DTCC on Saturday, and so I wanted to talk all about them. I actually got like a little highlights video, a little spot that we can check out as well to see what it's all about.
Yeah, let's do it.
The PTG DTCC is back for 2021, and we're already 2 rounds in. The majority of the Season 2 grid come from 2 crews. On the one hand, the hosts of the tournament, PTG themselves, and on the other, upstarts NWR, the new wave racers looking to cause an upset. In round 1 at the Hockenheim Ring, it was Bradders who took victory for the NWR crew, while PTG, whose best finisher was Actim in 4th, were left scratching their heads. With round 2 results still coming in, as the season continues, the question remains, can PTG turn things around and defend a championship in their own backyard? The racing takes place every Saturday night, and you can still get involved via the PTG Discord. Head to ptgforza.com.
So first of all, we know that TCC is Touring Car Championship, but what is DTCC?
Yes, yeah. So, I quite like the name of it, DTCC. The D stands for Ducky's Touring Car Championship, who's a member of the team. And I thought when I first heard that, that's kind of almost sounded egotistical, to put your name in front of it. And so I reached out to Ducky. I was like, I'm going to chat about your series. What should I say? What are the good things that, I should say about you, about the series? And he was like, just tell people it's on Saturdays. And that's very much like the flavor of the DTCC right there.
I love that.
It's a really fun community event. Yeah, blase, very chill. So they're a really good group and good races. I was enjoying making that little voiceover for the video spot because I think I was stirring up a bit of trouble between NWR and PTG. So hopefully that works. Hopefully we see that stirring come to something later on.
The narrative, he's crafting it before it even starts. Oh yeah,
that's right. Yeah. All the puppet strings. Yeah, that's it.
You think anything is up to chance? Alie's just predetermining everything that happens. So here we have another big enduro coming up next month as well.
Yeah, great shout. Yeah. So next month we've got the Tourer Nürburgring 24. It's coming back. I think it had a year off in 2020, as a lot of things did. But back in 2019, there was an N24. I took part in it with a team of all sorts of folks. Actually, I think Raceboy was on the team as well. From who'll be doing Forza Friday this week. So it's coming back, and it's coming back at the end of next month. August the 28th is going to be the race day. I had a little chat with Ben, who's the president of Tourer, and he told me just secretly, super secretly, I don't think that's secretly, that it's going to be a mixture of GT cars and production cars, which makes it quite similar in layout to the 2019 version of the event. I remember last time it had like the KTM, sort of almost like GT4 cars, and then sort of more of a production series below. So who knows, maybe they'll choose different cars this time. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, well, your secret's safe with me, and I'm sure there's nobody watching us to have this private conversation. So,
mum's the word. That's it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I trust everyone will. So, what else is happening next month then? What have we got?
Yeah, so we've got loads of cool stuff happening. Here's the calendar of fun things. Particular shout out to AR12 Gaming with their community racing series. The Porsche Super Cup Championship finals are there. And actually later on as well, there'll be the 2.4 hours of Le Mans that will bring that event to a close. So that's been a really cool one to be watching along. WTCC from Track is more touring cars if you're into that. We've got the Brit Car series coming in from FMRL. I like the sound of that. Brit Car are a really sort of specific series of racing, quite sort of interesting prototype style cars. And so it's nice to see somebody racing a sort of a Brit car style event. I really enjoy that. A friend of the show and someone who we've worked with before is Charlie Martin, who's racing in Brit car right now. So that's it's awesome to see. It's the community putting an event together around that series. FTC doing Formula Ford Championship, and then the Bacon Fuel Tour from P1R. I have no idea why it's called the Bacon Fuel Tour. I just like the title, and so go and get involved in that.
Next month, sorry.
And then finally, there's the DTCC. I've already mentioned it. I wanted to give you guys one to look at. I think that's the final of the championship taking place on the 14th at Brands Hatch. Touring cars at Brands Hatch. There is no more classic combination of car and track. So do get out there and race or come along and watch.
All right. So next month, start some drama and then tell us what the bacon fuel means. What does it mean?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
But before you go, I hear that the Yachts All Stars have a new challenger. We
do. So Mesosphere. This section is mostly just for me to point at the camera and do wrestling bits, goading Mesosphere. But yeah, we're going to be having another team event. Yachts All Stars up against Mesosphere's Wacky Races. I don't think we've set a date for it yet, or at least not concretely. So I guess keep your ear to the ground for when that's going to happen. It'll be on one of the Saturday streams. So yes, intimidating words coming out of my mouth towards Mesosphere right now. Nah.
I think it's working. I've got the vibes are leaking over this way as well.
I'm good at it. I felt like I was naming it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It's working. Thank you so much for the community events update as always, Alie, and we'll see you next time. That is all we have time for you to. That is all we have for you today on this edition of Forza Monthly. But episode 4 of Forza Horizon 5 Let's Go with Playground Games is live right after this. They're going to be exploring some of the new biomes of Mexico that you will experience in Forza Horizon 5. And in addition to that, we have a full week of streams on Twitch for you to enjoy right here on twitch.tv/Forza, including the return of the John I. Warner Garage on Wheel and Pedal Wednesday, where he features live guests and their cars. So tune in this week to meet Jason Tang and his McLaren 720S. Thank you for watching the show. Let's Go is up right now on the channel, and we will be seeing you next month on Forza Monthly. Goodbye.